Hey everyone! Welcome back to my channel. If you're into self-discipline, mental toughness, and achieving what seems impossible, then today's book is perfect for you. Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins. Before we dive in, I just want to say that if you're enjoying this content, I'd really appreciate it if you could hit that subscribe button. Your support helps me bring more summaries like this to you, and it ensures you won't miss out on any future videos. Thank you! Now, let's get started with the incredible story and lessons from Can't Hurt Me. Can't Hurt Me is not just a self-help book. It's the story of David Goggins, a man who turned his life around by mastering his mind and defying the odds. Goggins grew up facing immense adversity, poverty, racism, and abuse. As a young man, he struggled with obesity and lack of direction. But one day, he decided to take control of his life. Through sheer willpower and discipline, he became a Navy SEAL, an ultra-endurance athlete, and one of the toughest people alive. The main message of Can't Hurt Me is that we all have untapped potential, but most of us are held back by mental barriers. Goggins' story teaches us how to push past pain, fear, and self-doubt to achieve greatness. He introduces the concept of the 40% rule, which suggests that when we think we're done, we've only reached 40% of our potential. One of the first key concepts in the book is the accountability mirror. When Goggins was at his lowest point, he started using this tool to push himself forward. He would look in the mirror every day and face the harsh truth about himself. If he wasn't meeting his goals or making excuses, he'd call himself out. This mirror became a place where he held himself accountable. Key lesson: face your weaknesses head-on. The accountability mirror forces you to confront your flaws and take responsibility for your life. Goggins encourages us to stop blaming external factors and start looking inward. This practice builds self-awareness and is the first step in transforming yourself. Next, Goggins introduces the idea of callousing the mind. Just like our hands develop calluses when they're exposed to tough work, our minds can become stronger through facing adversity. Goggins believes that most people quit too early because they're not mentally prepared for pain and discomfort. To build mental toughness, he suggests deliberately putting yourself in uncomfortable situations. Whether it's physical challenges, like running in the rain or waking up early, or emotional struggles, like confronting fear or rejection, these experiences will make you more resilient over time. The more you train your mind to endure, the less you'll be affected by hardship. One of Goggins' famous examples is when he completed a 100-mile race without any prior training. His body was breaking down, but instead of quitting, he focused on his mental toughness. This experience showed him that the mind is more powerful than the body. A critical concept from the book is the 40% rule. According to Goggins, when your body or mind is telling you that you've reached your limit, you've really only tapped into 40% of your potential. Most people give up too soon, but there's a vast reserve of strength and resilience that remains untapped. To push past this limit, Goggins suggests using what he calls mental override. This is the ability to take control of your mind and tell it that you can keep going, even when it's telling you to stop. Goggins used this rule throughout his Navy SEAL training and in his ultra-endurance events. The 40% rule reminds us that our limits are often self-imposed, and we can push much farther than we think. Goggins often uses the phrase, "embrace the suck," to describe his approach to life. What this means is that discomfort and pain are inevitable, but instead of avoiding them, we should welcome and embrace them. Growth only happens when we step out of our comfort zone and face challenges head-on. In Can't Hurt Me, Goggins tells stories of extreme physical and mental pain, from his brutal Navy SEAL Hell Week training to completing ultra-marathons with broken bones and blisters. But instead of running away from the pain, he leaned into it. He trained himself to love the suffering because he knew it was the path to growth. This mindset applies to everyday life as well. Whether you're facing a difficult project at work, a personal challenge, or trying to break a bad habit, you need to embrace the discomfort that comes with it. The more you do, the easier it becomes to handle difficult situations. Goggins introduces another useful mental tool he calls the cookie jar. The cookie jar is a mental reservoir of all your past victories and accomplishments. Whenever Goggins feels like giving up, he reaches into his cookie jar and pulls out a memory of a time when he succeeded despite the odds. This reminds him of his strength and motivates him to keep going. The lesson here is to keep track of your wins, no matter how small. When you're struggling or facing self-doubt, remind yourself of the times you overcame obstacles and succeeded. The cookie jar gives you a boost of confidence and reinforces your ability to persevere. Goggins also emphasizes the importance of visualization and positive self-talk. When things get tough, he visualizes himself overcoming the challenge, pushing through the pain, and crossing the finish line. This mental imagery fuels his resilience and helps him stay focused on his goals. To wrap up, Can't Hurt Me is a powerful reminder that we all have far more potential than we realize. David Goggins' story is a testament to the power of mental toughness, self-discipline, and pushing beyond perceived limits. Whether it's through the accountability mirror, the 40% rule, or embracing the suck, Goggins teaches us that mastering your mind is the key to mastering your life. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this summary and want to dive deeper into the principles of mental toughness and resilience, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on future content. What's one way you're going to apply Goggins' lessons in your life? Let me know in the comments below.